Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. It's Thursday, June 2nd, almost Friday.
Almost Friday, first full weekend of the month of June. We've got headlines coming up right now outside with live cam. See how things are looking. If you love the heat, you're rolling down the windows this morning. If you're not such a fan, it's time to hit max AC yet again. Here's Justin.
Pretty much all summer, it's going to be nonstop, that AC. We do have some relief in the form of some showers trying to head in our direction. Let me show you the radar to show you what I mean here. We've got some storms up along I-35 around Round Rock, and it does appear there's a little outflow boundary there that's trying to make its way south. So my hope is that as it moves a little closer to us, maybe it will kick off some showers and storms. Let's look a little closer here. You can see around Austin there are some pop-up storms developing, and that outflow boundary is right about there and tracking its way south. So as it gets a little closer this afternoon, we'll see what it does. But I do think, regardless, we're going to see some pop-ups around the area throughout the rest of today. About a 20% chance, not a great chance, but a chance nonetheless. And we do actually have a few very light pop-ups developing just to the west of Helotes and a few around Medina Lake as well. So don't be surprised, like yesterday, if you have to use the windshield wipers briefly. There's like the satellite picture. It gives you a little better idea of where that outflow boundary is. Again, moving through Austin and working its way into Blanco County at this hour. A few showers out towards Gonzales, too. In the big picture, a lot of rain across North Texas. West Texas got a ton of rain yesterday. Now it's time for them to share the wealth. We would like some of that down here. And there is a frontal boundary out there as well. North of that, it is cooler, 58 Lubbock, 53 Amarillo. South of that, we're still toasty down here in San Antonio, 79 degrees. So as we look at the forecast for today, there will be that chance of a shower or storm, just at 10% in the morning, and then we up it to a 20% chance as we head into the afternoon. 95 at 4 o'clock, 96 by 5 p.m., and still some small chances even around 7 o'clock with a temperature of 90 degrees. A lot going on in the tropics. We're going to check in there for you coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Justin, I hope I get to use my windshield wipers. Yeah, I'd be one of the lucky few. Looking at I-37 and now at Highway 90 and I-35, things are moving right now.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9. The motive behind a deadly attack at a medical building in Tulsa remains unclear. 4 people were killed yesterday, and the shooter appeared to have killed himself. The attack happened at a building that houses an outpatient surgery and breast health center.
In the wake of the Uvalde school shooting, Governor Greg Abbott instructed state school security and education officials to start conducting in-person, unannounced, random intruder detection audits on school districts. The mandate was one of several the governor laid out in a letter to school security authorities in an effort to ensure district emergency operations plans are solid and schools are protected.
The 18-year-old shooting suspect in Buffalo, New York, is expected to be arraigned in court today. A grand jury returned a 25-count indictment against him yesterday. He's facing 10 counts of first-degree murder, 10 counts of second-degree murder as a hate crime, and 3 counts of attempted murder as a hate crime. He also has a domestic terror charge and a weapons charge against him.
President Joe Biden is meeting with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg today. Their talks will involve what potential steps the alliance may take moving forward regarding the war in Ukraine. Now, this comes as the U.S. is lending more assistance to Kyiv and its battle against Russia. The Kremlin spokesperson says the move is, quote, adding fuel to the fire.
A spokesperson for Amber Heard has said the actress plans to file an appeal. This comes after her ex-husband Johnny Depp won his defamation lawsuit against her. Yesterday, the jury found Heard liable in every one of Depp's claims and ordered her to pay $15 million in damages. In Heard's countersuit against him, the jury found Depp liable for only one claim and ordered him to pay her $2 million.
The summer driving season is speeding up, and so are gas prices. The national average for a gallon of regular is now up to $4.71 a gallon. Well, that's according to AAA, and that's $1.63 more than a year ago. Drivers in California hit the hardest. The average there is $6.21 a gallon. Here in San Antonio, the average is $4.28 a gallon.
Companies across the country are still desperately searching for workers. The Labor Department says there were postings for 11.4 million job openings at the end of April. That's still near historic highs, but down a bit from the record in March. It still means there are nearly 2 jobs for every person looking for work.
The NBA Finals get started tonight between the Boston Celtics and Golden State Warriors. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m., and you can watch all the games right here on KSAT 12. Golden State has been to the finals 6 times in 8 years, but the young stars of the Celtics may finally be ready for their moment in the spotlight.
Celebrations for Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee begin today. The 4-day holiday weekend honors the Queen's 70 years on the throne. The 96-year-old Queen is Britain's longest reigning monarch and the first to reach the milestone of 7 decades on the throne. And that's today's 9 at 9.
And top stories we're following today. An early morning crash just south of downtown leaves a motorcyclist dead.
Happened just before 4 at an intersection near Probant and West Mitchell Street. Here's what we know. Police say the driver of the truck was heading south on Probant when she took a left-hand turn onto Mitchell Street and crashed into a motorcycle heading northbound. The motorcyclist died at the scene.
The driver did stop to help the man and told police she didn't see him before the crash. And right now it doesn't appear that she will face any charges.
In your other morning headlines, the Dallas Cowboys mourning the loss of a former running back, and a theme park ride left some folks with a different view of the world.
Plus, a California school had a Wild Kingdom visitor, and if Elvis hasn't left the building yet, he may be forced to. David Sears is here to explain all of this. Good morning.
What would Vegas be without an Elvis chapel?
It wouldn't be Vegas.
Wouldn't be Vegas, would it? We'll find out here in just a second. First, let's start with this. Tough day for the NFL family and sad news for Cowboy fans. Former running back Marion Barber has died. He was found unresponsive inside an apartment yesterday during a welfare check. The Cowboys described him as an old-school, hard-nosed football player. He had a passion for the game. Barber was drafted by the Cowboys back in 2005. He went to Chicago for the 2011 season, then he retired in 2012. Barber was 38. They say it is a topsy-turvy, upside-down world. Those riders on the Aero 360 are proof. They are dangling upside down after that ride just stopped right in the middle of the excitement. It's happening at the Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh. Now, the maintenance crew jumped into action, got the ride to move into its rest position. The riders were dangling for about 5 minutes. They all got off and were checked out on site by the medical staff. 3 riders actually had to visit the aid center. Just as a precaution, some visitors said they'll keep coming, just don't want to be left hanging upside down.
I still plan on going to Kennywood because, you know, some of the rides, even if you do get stuck, they won't be like as bad as that, and it's just fun.
There's a lot of rides that don't go upside down, and I like those ones, and I'm just gonna stick to those ones.
I'm with her. The park says the rides have to pass an inspection every day before they give the okay for visitors to climb on board. And no, it is not bring your pet to school day at a California school, but a big cat decided just to drop into English class on his own. It's happening at a school just outside of San Francisco. Actually, it was a mountain lion cub. Got the kids all excited. Oh, there's a little guy. The school went into lockdown. Apparently, the little guy snuck in through a door at the beginning of the day when all the kids were coming and going. At first, the superintendent thought it was those seniors doing what seniors do at the end of school.
But yes, having one in a classroom, I honestly thought it was a senior prank at first because it is the day before school is out. But I quickly learned, based on the source of the information, that was not the case.
Nope, no prank. Some of the students actually showing their support for the cat, though. Fish and Wildlife called in. They tranquilized the little guy, took him to the zoo to be checked out by a vet. They said he was a little skinny, but otherwise okay. Got to figure, though, the cat was not all that interested in English class. He showed up with just 2 days left of school. Come on. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and Elvis just might have to go. The licensing company that owns the rights to Elvis's image and likeness is sending out cease and desist letters to wedding chapels in Vegas, telling them they have to shut down those Elvis impersonators. Kent Ripley is one of those impersonators and actually owns his own chapel in Vegas. The claim is Ripley's livelihood as an Elvis impersonator and minister is commercial exploitation and trademark violation.
This is my idol, my hero. I'm all shook up.
This is harmless fun that's there for everybody to just enjoy and soak up.
Now, Ripley would like to take the letter and return to sender. He said he has reached out to the company a couple of times as of now, hadn't heard back. Elvis is staying in the building As of now, those chapels bring in about $2 billion a year, and the Elvis-themed ones are a big chunk of that into that Vegas economy.
He's got the sideburns going. I think he looks more like he was on the cast of Sopranos versus Elvis Presley impersonator.
Vegas, Elvis, I mean,
I'm just jealous with a full head of hair there. I think that's my main issue.
Well, we haven't heard him sing. I'm sure.
That's true.
I heard a little bit of it.
How's he doing?
We can't blame it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
Didn't shake me up, but it was. But it was all right. It was good.
We got you. All right,
Okay.
Thank you, David. 9:08, about 78 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
It's a project turning this area of Hemisphere into a large public green space. Tiffany Huertas is going to join us a little later in the show and update us on the work being done on Civic Park.
But before that story, we have another great graduate story to highlight this morning. He's a first-generation college student who achieved his dream, and now he's ready to help others do the same. 9:12, you're watching GMSA at 9, a first-generation college student reflecting on his journey and his future.
In today's great grad story, that young man shares how he found a community at UTSA that helped him in many ways.
Tiffany Huertas shares his story and how he now wants to help younger generations.
Looking back at 4 years ago, Fernando, I was really out of high school. I was like, I don't want to go to college. It's just going to be too hard for me. And literally on Saturday, I graduate, and it makes me so happy.
Fernando Cordova graduated from UTSA with a bachelor's degree in art and interdisciplinary studies. As a first-generation college student, Cordova says his family was his motivation.
My parents are from Ecuador. They migrated to the United States when they were 18. They first came in with nothing.
Cordova got his Associates of Arts in Teaching from Northwest Vista College and then transferred to UTSA in 2019, where he was awarded the Terry Scholarship.
Covered my cost of tuition, my housing, my books, my school supplies.
The 23-year-old says at UTSA he found a support system that changed his life.
I contemplated in the beginning dropping out, but of course I reached out other mentorship opportunities like the First Generation Transfer Student Center, and that's where I kind of that's where I found my niche, my community.
He had a peer mentor guide him, and that led him to success. Now, as he enters a new chapter in his life, he wants to help other students.
So I really like helping students, navigate college, because I've been so lucky to have a lot of mentors in my life, and I want to be that mentor to other students as well.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
And tomorrow, right here on the 9 o'clock newscast, we're featuring a high school graduate in our Great Grad series.
Max Massey will introduce us to a teen from St. Mary's Hall who not only beat cancer but managed to get through high school during a pandemic.
We will have that story tomorrow on GMSA at 9.
And it's 9:14 now. Time to check in with Justin. Check in to see how hot it will be. Pretty hot today.
Yeah, it'll be hot. That's for sure. And this is not great news, but we wanted to put the drought in perspective for you. The drought monitor comes in on Thursday, so we got a new drought monitor today, and basically San Antonio is in extreme drought. But let's put a number to it. How much rain do we need to get out of this drought? And at the moment, 19.39 inches. That's a huge, huge number to try to jump out of this drought. So obviously it's not going to happen anytime soon. And as we look out west, 19.83 inches. You can see exceptional drought has taken over from Lakey to Uvalde up to Kerrville and Fredericksburg. And then as we look south, 14.77 inches down there. But bottom line, we need a good rain, and we need a good soaking rain, and it's just not there. A lot of times as we get into the summer, we look towards the tropics. And yes, we do have a developing tropical system down there at the moment, but nothing that is moving in our direction. So the probability of drought ending this summer, less than 1%. All right, I know that doesn't provide much hope, but we get through the summer, once we get to the fall, things can change a little bit. As we look at the radar, not a lot out there. We've seen a few spotty showers in northwestern Bexar County, and then we've noticed some showers and some pop-ups starting to develop in Wilson County out towards Gonzales, and then some heavier storms up towards Giddings. There is an outflow boundary up there, up near Austin, that's going to sink a little bit further south. There's a frontal boundary that's kind of washing out. So there is a little bit of lift there, and that'll be sinking down into our area today. Most of us stay dry, but there is a chance that you could see a shower or storm this afternoon. There's the scene outside. We've got partly cloudy skies, 79 degrees at the airport, 80 at Stinson, 78 at Kelly. Not a lot of wind at the moment. and wind gusts will be lighter than they were last couple days. 80 in New Braunfels, 75 Kerrville, and still pretty warm here on Bexar County. 76 in Halota, 73 right now, Boerne Stage. Dew points, they're still fairly high, but as we get into the weekend, these numbers really start to drop off. So we get drier air Saturday, Sunday, and especially Monday into Tuesday. Now, it's a trade-off. We get rid of the heat index, but the air temperature jumps up. It's going to be really hot as we get into next week. There's a satellite picture, and I mentioned that outflow binder. We can kind of pick it up right there. It is working its way in our direction, so hopefully that'll give us something as we get into the afternoon. A big picture here. The front's right about there, and behind it, there are some cooler temperatures. It's in the 50s this morning across the Texas Panhandle, and that front, again, will be around today. Storm Prediction Center has some severe weather slated for Louisiana, points east, and then out across parts of New Mexico. But where you see this green color, that just represents general pop-up thunderstorms, non-severe weather, and that's what's in store for us today, about a 20% chance of that. We can see that here with our computer model, about a 20% chance this afternoon. And then as we get into tomorrow, more of the same. Some of these pop-ups, this model doesn't show a whole lot tomorrow, but actually we're going to up that to 20% tomorrow. This does show some storms tomorrow afternoon, and we could see some thunderstorms on Friday afternoon. So that'll be today and tomorrow, our last 2 days before rain chances basically shut off. Meantime, in the tropics, that system that we've been watching is looking a little better. It's got an 80% chance of development. So we do think it will become Alex, but it still likely will be somewhat disorganized as it heads towards Florida. The big story still is the rainfall. About 8 inches plus there across South Florida. Some huge numbers. They don't have any drought issues there, and they will not. But that system headed that way. And very quickly, hurricane hunters will be flying into this system today at noon, midnight, and again early tomorrow morning to check it out. And this is what helps us better forecast potentially Alex as it moves towards Florida. So 10% chance of rain this morning, 20% chance of rain this afternoon, 95 at 4 o'clock, 96 at 5 p.m. Then rain chances fall off this evening, and we'll put them back in the forecast again tomorrow with a 20% chance on Friday. Then the heat kicks in. 101 Sunday, which would tie a record. 102 Monday, which would be a record. It's going to be very hot next week.
We don't want these records.
You don't want them?
No, take them back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Justin.
Done.
Okay, 9:18, about 78 degrees.
And when we come back, we are previewing tonight's NBA Finals Game 1 with David Sears.
Welcome back, everybody. NBA Finals tip-off tonight with Game 1 between Golden State and Boston.
David is back to talk about the series. We know where you stand.
What? No. I'll weigh in later. It doesn't really matter at this point.
We got to weigh in before the series starts. You can't wait till
Right.
after like Game 3 and then go, okay, I'm going to weigh in.
I was going to wait 2 minutes, not 2 games.
I was like, yeah, I'll get you next week.
Yeah, next week we'll tell you.
Let's see who wins tonight.
Right.
No, I mean, you posed the question earlier. I know we're going to dive in all this, but who's watching this series other than the obvious?
She is.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, how are you going to watch it when you go to bed at 6 o'clock?
I'll be following it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll get the highlights.
I think a lot of people will, because there's a lot of fans that are kind of like me. They're tired of Golden State, and there's a lot of fans that love Ime Udoka and Derek White, especially here in San Antonio.
There you go.
Since we have that Spurs connection. So
yeah, well said.
Two relatively young teams, some up and comers. Of course, Boston had to go to a 7 game to beat the Heat. The Warriors are back in the finals for the first time in a couple of years. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Who's tired of those guys? Anybody? Raise your hand. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm the only one with my hand up.
Stand alone.
The thing is, remember, they won it all the time with Kevin Durant. And he's gone. He went chasing a trophy with Brooklyn,
Right.
and
Didn't
still,
happen.
no, not yet. It hadn't happened yet.
And a lot of folks have said Golden State's a better team without KD.
So we'll see on that. But
They still have
did you raise your hand on? No, never mind.
Yeah.
So,
Ask us again.
and we
In a couple games.
So but Boston has that Spurs connection.
Yes,
We
they do.
talked about Ime
That's true.
Udoka and Derek White. And remember, Derek White was so bummed out when he got traded. Remember that? He was just like, I mean, it was just, he was just, oh man, I got traded. I'm going to
We
Boston.
were bummed out too.
And here he is in the NBA Finals.
Well, for him, the grass is greener on the parquet floor of Boston. Let's say that.
I think so. The thing that Boston's going to have to do is figure out a way to slow down Steph Curry, which nobody's ever figured out how to do. So Marcus Smart will probably get that job. So good luck to Marcus Smart. They still got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, though. They were going to make some trades and do some big stuff, and they never did. They just kind of stuck with their guns. And they kept them going right down that path. So they did good. And we know what Steve Kerr's done with the Golden State Warriors over the last several years. I think Boston is the only team with a winning record against a Steve Kerr coached Golden State Warriors team.
So we could say this, it's at the very least, it's going to be a pretty good series.
Should be a pretty good series.
Yeah.
And as usual, the players are really excited to be in the finals.
You know, every kid can imagine themselves being in the NBA and being in the finals. But, you know, actually living out your dream in real time is a surreal feeling. And, you know, sometimes you got to pinch yourself, right? I walk in, I see this backdrop, and it's like, damn, I am in the finals. So I'm just trying to take all this in and just enjoy the moment.
To be back for a sixth time, it's incredible. It's even incredible just saying that. I never really thought that was a possibility my rookie year. And it's just great. I'm just going to enjoy every second of this and, you know, play as hard as I can. And then you can walk away with no regrets.
What I like is it's two teams that were mostly built with patience and through the draft and player development and continuity. And I think that's good for the sport. So, you know, hopefully everybody stays healthy or gets healthy and we have a hell of a series.
Two things I want to hear before I pass on one day from some athletes. Okay. One of them is, we didn't really work that hard, but we are just really that good and we got here. Now, we didn't work that hard. And then the second one is, I'd rather be on a cruise than doing all this mess.
No, you're not going to hear that.
I'd rather.
No.
He's not going to hear either one, is he?
No.
I got to get either one.
Of course they're excited.
So you got, before game one, you got to tell me. Come on.
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm just hoping for a good series. I have problems with Boston.
Okay.
You know, I'm glad Ime's there. I'm glad Derek's there.
You're thinking of Larry Bird and all those guys.
I know where you stand. You said I'm wearing Golden State blue today, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And my earrings. Yeah.
Well, I'm going with Boston. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Now let's get to some other NBA. Well, WNBA news. Becky Hammon is just. She's kicking it.
Oh yeah.
In the WNBA, she's got the team with the best record in the league at 9-1. They're the top three-point shooting team in the league. They got 26 games left, but they got a lead on like the second-place team in the West. It's like 4 or 5 games. So she is rolling. We knew she would. We knew she could coach, and now she's finally in a position where she can prove it. But I think the other day she said that we're still trying to learn each other, trying to figure out each other. And she said they do know when I'm not happy with them, though. They got that figured out.
Yeah.
So I mean, a team is still coming together under a head coach, and they're 9-1. So
glad to hear she's
That's
doing well
skills
up there, and the team is doing well under her guidance.
All right, real quick, Boston and Golden State tonight. Tip-off game 1 is at 8 p.m. And then I think let's run through the schedule for you real quick. Can we do that?
Oh, of all the games.
Okay, so then, because remember, Sunday night's games are always, so there's tonight's game. Sunday night is always a little earlier. It's at 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
And then Wednesday, we go back to 8.
And there's a Friday night game, all right.
Yeah, Friday. So you can stay and watch that. Those two are actually in Boston. Yeah. And then game 5, 6, and 7 if they need it. If Boston hadn't swept yet, then they can.
I'll decide who I like by there. Friday, June 10th.
Because that'll be the first game you can actually stay and watch.
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir.
I'm torn because I was really sad when Derek White left as well.
See, it's getting to you now, isn't it? Now you're double thinking this thing.
No,
you're going,
but I like Steph Curry too. I know.
Man. But Steph Curry never played for San Antonio.
This is true.
You know,
that's one thing he doesn't have going for him.
Yeah, see, Derek White's got that Spurs connection, I'm telling you.
Thank you for the preview, David. Right now, we're at 9:28, about 79 degrees.
A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
It's a project turning this area of Hemisphere into a large public green space. Coming up, we bring you new details on Civic Park.
Plus, we are continuing to honor the victims from the Uvalde school shooting. After the break, we're going to hear from one of the responding DPS troopers who knew one of the teachers killed trying to protect her students.
She was a dedicated teacher who spent any free moment with her husband and daughter, loved her dog Kane, and pushed her limits every day at CrossFit.
Eva Mireles was a beloved teacher and friend to many, and our Alicia Barrera spoke with one of her friends who was also one of the responding troopers at the scene of the shooting, and he is sharing some more with us about her life and his last moments with her.
It was an honor to spend the last moment with Eva as she left this earth into a greater place.
Juan Maldonado, a DPS trooper, never imagined a call for a shooting on Tuesday, May 24th, would put his hometown of Uvalde and the nation in a state of mourning.
It's a tragic situation, but I can tell you that Uvalde will pull together.
He met Eva Mireles and her husband Ruben years ago when their daughters joined the same select soccer team.
They're both devastated in losing their mom, as I would call their second mom and Addie's real mom.
Eva loved her life and those in it.
She walks into that room and we knew we were gonna have fun because Eva would be the fun person. She would light up the whole room just because of her smile, her personality, and she's gonna speak her mind.
Maldonado says a hero like her will never be replaced.
Eva's a fighter, and she did everything she could to protect her babies, and that's her students. So we know she did everything she could, and she protected them to her last breath.
Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
And iHeartMedia announced yesterday that there will be a benefit concert this weekend out at Cowboys Dance Hall for the Uvalde community. Country music stars like Russell Dickerson, Easton Corbin, and Kevin Fowler are just a few of the artists performing. The concert will be on Sunday.
Doors open at 6. Music starts at 7. You can find a link to buy tickets on KSAT.com. All the proceeds will benefit the Robb School Memorial Fund, which was set up to comfort and support the families impacted by this terrible tragedy.
In other news related to the Uvalde shooting investigation, many are asking why UC ISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo was sworn in as Uvalde City Council member in private when it is normally a public ceremony.
Arredondo is already at the center of the firestorm over how law enforcement responded to the massacre at Robb Elementary. The Defender's Dylan Collier takes a closer look at the situation.
Pete Arredondo spent his first official morning as a Uvalde city councilman being confronted by a CNN reporter. Arredondo blamed by fellow law enforcement for days on end. Amid allegations, he ordered officers inside Robb Elementary to hold back and not confront the active shooter. And more recently, that he has refused to cooperate with the Department of Public Safety's investigation into the deadliest school shooting in Texas history.
We've been in contact with DPS every day.
After canceling the Uvalde City Council meeting in which Arredondo and other newly elected members were to be sworn in, the town's mayor revealed the inaugurations took place in private, without a ceremony. A distinctly different approach, lacking the usual pomp and circumstance of someone taking elected office.
My advice to the mayor would have been welcome to democracy.
Mark Anthony Sanchez, an area attorney who has spent 25 years representing cities, school districts, and public safety entities, says the move was legal but sends the wrong message. As a home rule municipality, Uvalde can do anything authorized by its city charter as long as it doesn't violate the Texas Constitution or state or federal law. Despite the massive tragedy engulfing the community, Uvalde city officials were racing the clock. Its charter requires council members to take office on the 24th day since the election, or as near to that as possible. Tuesday was the deadline.
In my opinion, was a lost opportunity to show resolve and leadership in the face of unrelenting adversity. The City Council instead opted to conduct public business behind closed doors.
For the Defenders, Dylan Collier, KSAT 12 News.
And the Defenders also obtained Arredondo's state law enforcement training records. He has nearly 29 years experience as an officer and a Master Peace Officer certificate.
Those records also show he had 8 hours of active shooter training in December of last year. We'll continue to follow the latest on this investigation.
Let's go outside with live cam right now. 79 degrees, warming up just a little bit, and I see sunshine peeking through the clouds.
Yeah, there is plenty of sun at this hour. We've also had a few sprinkles out there, some pop-up showers. We're watching an outflow boundary in the Hill Country with hopes that it works its way towards San Antonio here over the next couple of hours. Well, let's look at this, the radar here, and you can see exactly what's going on. Most everything we're seeing is very small and very light, but we have seen some showers here across northern parts of Bexar County and Medina County. But what we're watching is this activity up here near Austin. There is an outflow boundary somewhere in there, right about in that region right there, and it is trying to work south. So as it does, maybe that could kick up a bit more activity, especially across the hill country over the next couple of hours. We'll keep an eye on the radar, but so far, fairly quiet here around San Antonio at this hour. As we look at the satellite picture, this kind of gives a better idea, gives you a better idea of where that boundary and where that frontal boundary probably sits up there around Fredericksburg, Blanco, and Austin. And we're also seeing a little bit of activity around Gonzales, too. So bottom line here, 20% chance of rain this afternoon. The better chances of rain have been up across North Texas, where there's still some heavy rain in parts of far northeast Texas and Arkansas this morning. There is that weakened frontal boundary. It's really starting to fall apart, but it is there. And that will give lift to a chance of some pop-ups this afternoon. We're not looking for any severe weather. Any of that will probably stay well to our west and well to our east this afternoon. Excuse me. Mold is in the moderate category at 550. And as we look at the forecast for today, 10% chance of rain around noontime and a 20% chance of rain 3 o'clock, 20% chance of rain at 4 p.m., 95, and then 96 your high temperature today. By the time we get into tomorrow, still some chances of rain, and then the weekend, everything dries out. We'll look at that forecast and talk about some really hot temperatures coming up in just a bit. Guys.
Justin, thank you very much. I was just admiring these renders. They're absolutely stunning, aren't they, Steph?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, a shaded walkway, a lawn for large events and gardens. Those are just some of the things the Civic Park at Hemisphere downtown will have.
The city broke ground at Civic Park in January, and now this unique project is getting close to entering phase 2. So this morning we are getting an update on the project. Tiffany Huertas joins us live from Civic Park with more.
Good morning, Tiffany. How's it look out there now?
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. A lot has changed since January. Just check it out. Construction crews have been out here daily. This is just part 1. This is phase 1 of this project. They're constructing the springs, which is water that will be surrounding the park. Just a great experience for the entire family and for visitors when they come here. To talk a little bit more, we have Thea with Hemisphere. Good morning. Talk to us about what else we can expect here.
So as you mentioned, as you can see behind us, we have construction on phase 1 taking place. They have been working so hard on the springs, which is an interactive water feature. You can get in, touch it, play in it. We also have the promenade, which will go through the park up to the northern edge, and then the Great Lawn, which is the crown jewel. We're so excited to be able to host the city's largest events at Civic Park in the Great Lawn.
And we've recently heard about the funding, more money coming towards this project. Talk to us about that.
Yes, we're very excited and grateful that San Antonio voters approved $18 million for phase 2 of Civic Park. So that will include the Source Plaza, which is the main entrance here at the Civic Park, and then the Zocalo, which will have a smaller platform for smaller community performances and festivals.
Phase 2 of this project, what can people expect?
Phase 2 will include those 2 items, and then I will be remiss if I didn't add that with the entire construction project, we will have a public restroom building with a universal changing station, and we will also have free public Wi-Fi for the entire community to enjoy and utilize if they want to get some work done outdoors when it's a little cooler out.
And people can get involved. There's many ways. Talk to us about one of the ways.
Yes, so we have a sister organization called the Hemisphere Conservancy, and they raise philanthropic contributions for this project to take the park from good to great. And so we just recently launched the Tree Donor Recognition Program, which is an augmented reality app. You can actually sponsor the planting of a tree at Civic Park. So you will have your mark on this park for generations to come. And through that, you are planting a 21-inch caliper tree. This is a mature tree. These are not saplings. And the way we do that is we want to bring in these trees and provide immediate shade to Civic Park when it opens.
And it's incredible to see. We were just talking about how you were in the very beginning. You were one of the residents that actually, talked about what you think should be here. Talk to us about that.
Exactly. So everything at Hemisphere, all 3 of our parks are created with community input. And so back in 2012, we did a visioning session for the Hemisphere Master Plan, and they told us what they wanted to see here. So we are going to have an incredible community park when Civic Park opens. Phase 1 will open in fall of 23, and then phase 2 will open in time. The finished product will be ready in time for the 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four.
This is so exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have a little bit more in the noon show. And I mean, come on, just something more to make San Antonio just a more friendly family place and just a place you can enjoy outdoors. Greenery. What else do you want? This is awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, especially the shade.
It checks several boxes, doesn't it,
Yes.
Tiffany? All right, Tiffany, we're at the slide downtown at what is going to be a household name, Civic Park. 942, 79 degrees.
We're watching GMSA at 9. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, 9:45. If you're driving points north and east of San Antonio, it looks like you might run into a shower or two today.
And that would be a treat.
It would be. We're begging. We're begging for that stuff to just move a little bit closer. It's kind of a wish casting, as we call it. We're hoping that these showers and storms close in on San Antonio. I think there's a chance here. We do have an outflow boundary that's working south, and it's along that boundary where we should get some more development. We continue to see that. It's a slow process. This would take some time, but we are seeing some of those showers up there around Buda and Kyle and working south. We've noticed a few very light showers in northwestern Bexar County. And then up around Blanco, too, seeing some of these downpours trying to develop. And these will slowly shift south. You see some of that new development there. It's getting a little closer to Kendall County. So we'll see here next couple of hours. If you get a downpour, consider yourself lucky because it will be isolated today, very isolated. With the situation and setup that we have. Frontal boundaries washing out, but it's still to our north. That energies, that's where the better chances of rain will be a little bit later this afternoon. Temperatures right now 79 degrees. Feels like 82 though when you factor in the humidity. Now humidity levels are going to start to come down some. We'll see some drier air as we head into the weekend and next week. But it's a trade-off. We get rid of the humidity, air temperatures come up. And we'll be in the triple digits probably by Saturday and Sunday. 75 right now in Seguin, it's 80, and New Braunfels feels like 84. So we go outside for you, partly cloudy skies, 79 degrees. Dew point is at 70 and calm winds. A lot less in the way of wind today than we've seen last couple of days. It's 81 in Pleasanton, 75 out in Rock Springs. And as we look at the satellite picture here, partly cloudy skies, and you can see kind of where that boundary is right there, Blanco, south of Austin, that's trying to drop south. And there is, again, that weak frontal boundary in place as well across the state. It's bringing in some cooler air to our north. We're not going to feel that, unfortunately. 53 in Amarillo right now, 58 in Lubbock. Boy, that sounds incredible. South of the front, you still got 70s and 80s and fairly humid weather. So here's our forecast. As we head towards, say, 4 o'clock, 20% chance of rain. This doesn't show a whole lot. I think we'll see a little bit more than what this model is showing. And then as we get into tomorrow morning, clouds build back in. And we do this all again. This model does show more storms developing, a little bit more activity on Friday afternoon. So we'll even that 20% chance. Past that, rain chances really do go away. Out in the tropics, we're still watching what should become Alex. You know, it looks a little bit better this morning. We're starting to get some of that thunderstorm activity over what may be a little bit of a circulation. 80% chance of development according to the Hurricane Center, and this will work its way up across the western parts of Cuba into South Florida. Regardless of whether it develops or not, it is going to be a rainmaker, and that's probably the biggest takeaway here. The rain, maybe even more than we thought yesterday, 8 inches plus here across South Florida. So there could be some flooding with this, but certainly some really, really good heavy rain. They are not dealing with drought conditions there in Florida like we are here. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 10% chance of rain at 11 o'clock. We'll keep that through noon, 88 degrees, and then we up it to a 20% chance this afternoon. 94 at 3 o'clock, 95 at 4 p.m., and 96. That'll be our high temperature today. And then 88 by 8 o'clock, we'll take out rain chances tonight once we lose the daytime heating. And looking at the extended forecast, we go that 20% chance of rain tomorrow, 96, but 99 Saturday, 101 Sunday, which would tie a record, 102 Monday, which would be a record, and then Tuesday, 101, 100 Wednesday. It is looking really hot next week, and we could be setting more records, guys.
Thank you, Justin. To London now for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
This morning, she's making her first appearance as the world celebrates her 70 years on the throne. ABC's Inez de la Cuetara is there for the event with the latest.
For the first time in history, British crown gearing up to celebrate a platinum jubilee. Queen Elizabeth II marking 70 years on the throne, the longest-serving British monarch. Preparations for these next 4 days have been underway for weeks, kicking off today with the Queen's birthday parade, what's known as Trooping the Color. It's a military ceremony where the Queen, as Colonel-in-Chief, can inspect the troops. And later, she'll light one of 3,000 beacons around the country. Despite recent mobility issues, the 96-year-old is expected to make 2 appearances.
She's really conserved her energy for this moment, passing on some of the more physical work to the younger members of the royal family so she can really be as visible as possible throughout the Platinum Jubilee weekend.
We'll also see Her Majesty's family. Prince Andrew will attend at least one event, as will Harry and Meghan. The pair touching down with their 2 children, Archie and Lilibet, last night. The first time all 4 are back in England.
I think for the Queen, this is kind of a big family reunion. You know, she gets to meet baby Lilibet, her namesake, for the first time. That will happen privately.
And it's not just the royals. Millions are expected to join in the fun, with more than 16,000 parties planned across the nation and around the Commonwealth. Some royal superfans camping out for days outside of Buckingham Palace. The Jubilee also a time to reflect on the Queen's incredible legacy, and even America's first family is congratulating the monarch.
Congratulations on 70 years of service, and thank you for your enduring friendship with the American people.
And the Queen will be watching today's festivities from the famous balcony at Buckingham Palace, along with working members of the royal family. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, London.
Well, back here in the good old USA, 9:51, about 80 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Some students are already out for summer break, and others soon will be. The San Antonio Public Library is ready to keep kids engaged and learning during their break.
That's right. The library kicked off its summer program. Some activities include guest speakers, story time for kids, magic shows, reading challenges, and more. So organizers say it's summer fun for everyone.
Studies have shown that if students don't continue reading during the summer, they fall behind. But we also promote reading for adults and for teens as well, because it's important for the whole community to be engaged in reading so that they can be informed.
There's even an opportunity for kids to share their summer experience and have it put on display at the library. For more information and a list of activities, head on over to our website. The summer programs will go through July 31st. It may be the hottest, smokiest ticket in town. Tomorrow on GMSA at 9, we hit the classroom with Brisket U, as in university. The weekend class teaches you how to smoke a brisket the right way. This may be the perfect Father's Day gift you've never heard of. That's tomorrow on GMSA at 9.
Wow, could watch that all day long.
I know, right?
Looks so good. All right, 96 degrees today, 20% chance of some showers and storms. We're watching some activity to our north and east. Some of that's trying to work a little bit closer. We'll keep you posted with the radar throughout the day. 96 on Friday, another slight chance of rain that dries out and it heats up. And check out that KSAT weather app. It's a good way to check the radar and check some updates. We'll send them out throughout the day.
We're holding out hope that a few of those showers will make it this far south.
Hopefully. Some people are going to get lucky with some rain today, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
And keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
NBA Finals tonight, live right here on KSAT.